Yeah, we're live.
D, I'm ready.
Okay, good.
You're now ready.
All right, well, here we are together again.
Happy Friday.
Yeah, I don't have any good raps or rhymes or anything kind of.
Nothing?
Nothing. I got nothing.
Oh,
seems like
Clint.
our volume is a little bit higher. Let me turn that
Spend
down.
the next 30 minutes trying to think of one, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Nope, still overdriving. Let's bring that down. Y'all go ahead and talk amongst yourself while I adjust some things.
Oh, we were totally overdriving.
Yeah.
That sounds terrible.
Okay.
So
is
we
that
have to talk, no?
more better?
So
I don't know.
to
Do you want me
quieter?
Talk amongst yourself while I adjust some things.
Oh, we were totally overdriving.
There.
That sounds terrible.
There, see?
To talk, no?
That seems more manageable.
I don't know. Do you want me
Quieter.
Okay, 4 people watching. Thank you for
Including
joining
Mike.
us.
Hi there.
Hey,
Mike
Mike.
is here.
Hey,
Who are
Mike.
the other 3?
I don't see any comments here.
Introduce
Who's
yourself.
there?
So tell us that you're watching, where you're watching from. You know how it goes. Let us
know
You know the drill.
We need your
We
deets.
do this every week.
Who's with us? Because if you're with us, then who could be against us? I mean, really.
Oh.
I'm gonna turn on my
Just
mug.
be cool.
Just be cool. All right. So last week we had a really cool talk on the maybe not so founded, but the anxieties that we sometimes travel with, whether they make sense or not. Right?
And most of them don't. I think that's what we concluded.
Yeah, but
But so many anxieties.
but we had so much fun with it. It's so.
Did we have fun? Is that the word?
Felix
Were we
Nance
anxious?
in Hominy,
Were we
Oklahoma. Hey,
Hominy?
Felix. I mean, it sounds delicious.
How many?
Did y'all grow up eating hominy?
Isn't that what
I did.
hummus is made? Oh no, that's garbanzo beans.
Or chickpeas. Yeah.
But homony's kind of like that, right?
I think it's more like a corn, like a really big corn grain.
Why did you never feed me hominy?
Because it comes in a can where we live.
No, before the can, it starts out in a field just like corn.
That's right. But it comes in a can. Ugh.
Oh, man. So, if you have experience with hominy, let us know in the comments.
We haven't even started our topic this week. We're already changing it.
So, so I was thinking this time, maybe some of the travel or camping wisdom that we all know or have heard or picked up on from time to time that we may not necessarily be so good at following. Like the easiest one that comes to mind is keeping your speed maintained at 55 or if you're pushing 65. Because obviously that's where you get the very best gas mileage.
And also it's safe.
And it's safer, and it's better for your tires. And it's just general travel wisdom while you're towing a trailer or hauling your camper.
But it's so stinking slow.
It's so slow. Wait.
Now,
Do you go over 55?
I do.
Do you go over 65?
I do. But for the majority of my trip to Colorado, I went ahead and set my cruise control. And that's another one people get... You know, people say, don't ever use cruise control. If it's a straight stretch of road and my truck isn't minding it, I use that cruise
Why am
control.
I not supposed to use cruise control?
I don't know. I'll have to do some research. Maybe.
Hey, Facebook land.
I bet Mike
Why
knows.
am I not supposed to use...
Mike
But,
probably
like, we're talking
knows.
about just towing or in general?
Well, here's the deal. Our vehicles, I think that they do their high-speed gas ratings at 55 miles an hour, even to this day. So our vehicles are designed at highway speeds to be most efficient right around there. We're not pushing as much air. The
Makes
gearing
sense.
just works best. But from a tire standpoint, when you're towing a trailer and all that, well, the faster you go, the more likely you're going to generate heat. And heat oftentimes is what causes a tire to fail even before other things.
Yeah, okay. And just to play the devil's advocate here,
Well,
yet again,
why not?
you know, 35 is safer than 55. And your
Yes.
tires don't get as high.
Is it on
And you get better gas mileage.
Are you
Is
playing
it
devil's
safe?
advocate, or are you driving in the city or on the highway?
But is it
Because there comes
really safer?
Because there comes a point where
It's
driving
not.
too slow on the highway is actually more
It's a
dangerous.
terrible idea.
Well, okay. But, I mean,
You're just being devil's advocate for just being a devil's advocate.
because going slower is not...
Fun?
How can I get
There
out
you
of
go.
going slower?
Getting there?
Is really what she's trying to get at.
You know, I
How do I get out
hadn't
of
had
this?
my driver's license all that long before everything in Texas went to 55. Literally,
Yeah.
all of Texas was 55.
Yeah. Where are we at
And-
now? 85?
I know, 80 and 85.
Uh-huh.
It was brutal trying to learn to drive at 55 at that point.
Well, why didn't you start when you were younger? I started when I was younger.
Well, because I was younger before you were younger.
You ninny.
Math, y'all. Math.
But oh man,
So-
I remember that was just horrible.
Well, even there's popular song by what's his name? The Red Rocker.
What's his name?
Yeah, I Can't Drive 55 is a popular song. What's his name? It's Red Rocker. I know that much. Someone in the
Red
comments.
Rocker?
Yes, someone in the comments is going to have to help me out. Cruise is downshifting harder.
Trying to hold your speed. If you control the speed, bleeding off a little of the speed, man. Listen, Mike, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I can feel you trying right through the computer.
Mike, say it in Lindsay language.
When you set it on cruise control,
Uh-huh.
what he's saying is your transmission is going to downshift, trying to hold your speed instead of allowing your vehicle to slow down just a bit because it's a harder climb. So it's harder on your car, particularly when you're towing.
Okay. Okay. Sure, why not?
Because maintaining speed on a slight grade requires it to constantly downshift to keep it at that speed. You would naturally adjust your speed a little bit going up. So
So
that's why
That-
he's saying
So it's the human methodology of maintaining speed versus the
mechanical got to keep it
Yeah.
at this speed.
yeah, better mileage and easier on the engine without cruise. So
That's
that
Lindsay
Thanks,
means-
language.
Thanks for explaining it
Gotta
to me
simplify
in
it.
simple words.
But either way, so I know that all of us want to travel at least 70 generally to get places. It's just boring and we're used to it. But if you want better gas mileage and you want to be a little bit safer, then slower is better. I typically travel about 65.
As long as you're not too slow, because then you're dangerous.
Right.
As Lindsay says.
It's
If
true.
you're on the highway. And, I get that. It's just making a point about at what speed is perfect speed.
Well, there's
Depends on
no
where you are.
perfect speed.
Don't use cruise on wet roads. Yeah.
Well,
no,
there's that.
That doesn't seem like a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm late, but you know what, Phil and Judy? You're here.
Yeah.
And that's what's important.
Okay, so what's another little bit of camping wisdom?
I mean, kind of on that note, we had one here that had to do with maintaining your speed with your
Your engine.
engine instead of your brakes.
Yeah, so if you're in the mountains and you're on a downgrade, if your vehicle allows you to do it, it's good to use your engine, your transmission to help slow you down versus just standing on your brakes the whole way, because brakes overheat, they catch fire, and then you don't have brakes and there's ball of fire rolling down the hill.
Ball of fire.
Fire. You know, this happened to me once.
Uh-oh.
Really?
I was on a ski
He was
trip.
a ball of fire?
I was on a ski trip in
Clint's
high school.
driving stories are just
And
all terrifying.
we were in a charter bus, just a whole bunch of us, probably 70 of us in a charter bus going to Steamboat Springs, Colorado. And I guess that bus driver didn't know to downshift. And suddenly, the back of the bus started filling up with smoke.
Shut
up. What's going on here? And it kept on going. Turns out we caught the brakes on fire. The whole thing was smoking. We ended up in a Wendy's parking lot, and I forget what town because I was in middle school or high school. But in a Wendy's parking lot, and all of us kids were out collecting snow and throwing it on the brakes of the bus to cool them off because it was flames and everything. And then they sent us another bus, and we just got on a different bus.
I mean, that's a terrifying story, but that's also funny.
So, yeah.
So doesn't that make you want to put your kids on a bus and send them to Colorado?
Yes. That's when I learned
and
to
what
ski. It
did
was
you
great.
learn?
To ski that trip. That was
See?
the trip I
It
learned
all
to ski.
worked out.
And
He's fine.
if you can, downshift, if you can take advantage. Some vehicles may not be so easy, but most of us still have that manual selection or even a electronic gear shift. And you
Do
can,
they have a low gear now on there?
Yeah.
Because I didn't see it on the last one.
I think your car might have the ability to use like a Triptonic or like a little button to manually choose your gear. You're not manually shifting.
I
clutching.
can, yeah. throw it into sport mode and manually.
Well, that's a mode, but that's not a gear select.
manually shift. I
Okay.
can set it to manually shift.
Then
but
that's where you do it.
I mean, most of us don't know how to do that, and we don't do that.
This is a thing to learn.
It is, it'd be
Because it'll be
interesting to
better
know.
for your
Most
brakes.
of us don't do that.
Not just, it's better for your brakes.
Well, what else?
Don't be a ball of fire going down the mountain.
Okay, so I'm going to be the Segway queen.
Segway queen.
Because you threw snow to stop the bus from smoking. Which segues me to another...
It was hooked on nicotine. That's why...
Just quit. Some other camping wisdom that has to do with fires and making sure your fires are all the way out. Like double, triple checking. That's like, I don't know, I feel like that's one of the first things you learn when you learn how to camp.
Smokey the Bear. And yet, if you don't really commit to this, it's really easy to say, it's low enough, it'll be fine, and turn in for the night.
Do you do that?
Have I done it? Yes, I have done it. I have gotten much better about it as I've become my own adult versus camping with other.
Turn in your camping
Less
badge
than
right
adult
now.
ones. Yeah.
So
Happy Friday, Dale.
Hey, Dale. How's Canada?
Canada.
Canada.
That's not how it's said, right? It's not how it's done?
No. I do not ever leave a fire even halfway smoldering.
I'm seeing, can you see any glow in the embers?
No. I just kill it because it makes me nervous.
Okay. Do you pour water on it?
Yeah,
smother
and
it?
long before I'm ready to walk in the door of my camper, I have some idea of how I'm going to do this. I've either pulled a hose over, or I've got a big bucket of water, or the leftovers from an ice chest, or something.
Surely someone has to pee by then.
Something.
I knew you were going to say that. Speaking of pee, see,
Next
Segway queen.
All right. How do you stay awake on the road without having to stop to pee? Because I do this, eating and drinking while you're driving to stay awake.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's what I do.
I've heard people put ice behind their ears and things like that.
What?
I've heard it. I haven't done it. I've heard it.
How do you get it to stay
I've
there?
never heard that, but I'm
Oh.
totally trying that tomorrow to wake my kids up.
BC's on fire right now. It's 24 forest fires.
It is sad.
See?
I've seen those. They're everywhere.
See, and that's just the thing. I have become better at this as an adult. I grew up with ranches, and we were always burning brush.
Right.
And those fires were big. And so we didn't always, I don't believe, I can honestly say we didn't always have the fires completely out. And we only burnt up the whole ranch twice. So what's the big deal? That is a big deal. That was an off-color joke. Sorry. That's a big deal.
Things are burning.
I am way better now, and I believe everyone should be taught to do better than I was taught.
I mean,
in that respect.
we should just get some of the flooding from North Carolina, take it to all the fires. It's just
Oh,
crazy.
well, there's that, yeah.
Mike, should be cool to the touch. Don't be afraid to touch it.
I'm scared to death to touch it, but I promise you, it's out because I'm scared for it not to
Well,
be.
that's why I use water
So-
now, because I have burnt through the soles of some shoes.
Yeah.
Just digging around for embers. I found them.
Yeah, that's just... Yeah,
See,
just-
this is why I don't
just
build
dump
fires
it
when I
all
go
on
camping.
there.
Well, this is why
Just
so many
leave it
people,
alone.
so many people have
Make
moved to
somebody
those
else do it.
propane fireplaces. It's so
much
easy.
easier.
Let's turn off the fire.
I know it's not the same, but hey, it's so funny. Mike, Mike, are you watching from two different places again?
I feel like he's on all the things.
I feel like you're watching from two different places because this is your comment, but you can't tell who it is. It just says Facebook user. Mike's got two computers up, watching from two different places, being
yeah.
a mega fan, and we love him for it. I knew it.
Yeah,
You've been
from
caught.
the Facebook page. Yeah, from the Facebook group.
But what a good suggestion.
Yeah.
Camping wisdom. Listen to Small Talk Podcast.
Yeah. We learn
That's
things
good
and we
camping
share
wisdom.
the things.
Let me write that down on my list here.
Sometimes we share the things after we learn them, but usually we share the things as we learn them.
Sometimes we're too embarrassed to share anything.
We're getting over that.
Very quickly. All right, what's another one?
Oh,
I got no segue this time.
yeah, but this was one of yours where you, and I think this is from experience, always bring more than one pair of shoes.
I don't care where you're going, for how long. I don't know. You know me. I suck at packing.
It works. Sorry.
I drank half a Monster, and now my brain is shutting off. Yeah, bring more than one pair of shoes. Just do it.
And at least one toothbrush.
That's what Mike is for. You know, that toothbrush you gave me, Mike, is still in my backpack. It's just going to live there in its little zipper pouch.
You've set her up for success for years to come.
I wouldn't go that far.
So I like having more than one pair of shoes just because I like a closed-toed set. Englishing is hard today.
It really is.
So I like a good closed-toed set that I can do stuff around the camper, or if I'm going to be collecting firewood, something like that, hiking. But I like an easy set as well, just to slip on and piddle about. So I like those two sets.
I don't
Totally
even
not my
even
problem.
care. Yeah, I just need two.
Because one's wet. Or
one is wet or muddy, and
or,
do you remember
or
the camping trip
broken.
we just took to wherever we went? I don't remember.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it was a nightmare trying to get these kids to put their muddy shoes on and then off before they went in the camper. And then those were their only shoes, and they're just like caked in mud. And then they're wet because then we had to wash the mud off. I'm just camping shoes and real shoes. Yeah.
Or extra shoes. Real shoes, extra shoes.
I just need to buy like 5 pairs of flip-flops and stick them in there.
But
That's what
then
I do.
with-
I have an extra pair of flip-flops. And then I bring like sandals and then tennis shoes. And, you know, then you're kind of set for anything. But there's always that spare pair of shower shoes in the cabinet for...
Or dump shoes. Remember we talked about that last week?
Well, I like
We
to
need
have
dump
rubber
shoes.
boots in my truck.
Yeah, I
at all
want dump
times.
boots.
I like
I thought that was
rubber
brilliant.
boots in my truck.
I just want rubber boots. I think they're cute.
You don't have any?
No, I don't own any rubber boots.
Christmas
Your
I,
daughter
present.
Simone, who is
Christmas
3,
present.
has like 4 or 5.
I know, she really likes them. I want rubber boots with bees on them.
That can be
Well, I'm
found.
And
Sure
sparkles. Rainbow.
Bedazzled rubber boots.
Yes.
There you go.
Like a rhinestone galoshes.
I'm going to do it. All right.
Did I hear you talking about beehives this morning?
I did.
Okay.
But the plans are not concrete yet. I just have a maybe beehive that I can maybe capture. So I'm not too excited yet, but also like,
Sounds sweet. You should stick with it.
you're funny.
No, I'm not. Even I know that.
Don't be jealous of my almost maybe bees.
Camping shoes and real shoes.
You know, one thing that after listening to one of Lindsay's stories in one of our previous podcasts is to keep a little bit of water in your tank. Maybe not a full tank, but keep a little bit of water in your tank.
Just a little.
For emergency flushing purposes. If you need to hop into your trailer or your truck camper and do your business because facilities aren't
Because
available.
kids can't hold it.
Or kids
Because
can't hold it.
3-year-olds are time sensitive.
Yeah, just a couple, 3 gallons of water in there. It won't affect your weight too terribly much, and you'll have facilities with you. Unless you have my trailer, which has no facilities anyways.
I hate that memory. Ugh.
I enjoy
So stressful.
reliving the podcast episode. Anyways. Okay, so what's another one?
Y'all give us some camping wisdom.
Yeah,
Give us some rules that you learned or that you know that are just general wisdom that you may or may not follow. What was that?
It was I was spinning my cup. It made noise on the table, that's all.
That sounded crazy. Stay hydrated. I'm pretty good at this one because I'm kind of a water freak, but it's so easy to just like sit around the campfire and drink a lot of beer, and then you're outside and it's 110 degrees, and it's just stay hydrated all the time when you're camping.
Yeah, and I think that obviously that's a health thing, but it's straight up a safety thing. I mean, if who knows when you take a hike what you might find, when you might take a wrong turn.
We had somebody come to work on our patio last week. And he
That
worked...
sounds exciting.
Yeah, tell us more. Well, I was trying to think of how to say it. Basically, he worked for only a few hours and then had this huge meltdown and started shaking and had the full-on, heat stroke kind of symptoms.
At your house?
At our house.
Is he okay?
Well, I hope so. He decided not to come back and finish the next day.
And
So we
for
hired
many
somebody
successive
else.
days afterwards.
But yeah, very tough when that happens.
Jeez.
And it can come so fast. So, yeah, I got home and Richard said, yeah, I gave him some water, but too bad we don't have anything else. And I went and grabbed my stash of Pedialyte and took it out there.
Yeah.
But gosh, it's scary. It's scary stuff this time of year.
And it takes it out of you so fast.
Y'all
are
It's too late.
Y'all are so quiet today.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
so again,
maybe
if you
we're
have
not
some,
interested.
if you have some travel or camping
Fair.
wisdom to share with us, let us have it.
Well, I noticed one thing you put down
Uh-huh.
here is check for ant piles. Now, in Texas, that means, okay, there's an ant pile, there's an ant pile.
Yeah.
There's an ant pile.
Yes.
I mean, check for it. What do? You can't get away from them.
No, but I've made the mistake of backing into the campsite and my kids always itching it to just get out of the car. And if you just okay, y'all go play while I set up the camper. But now I've learned I go out with them and walk around and say, look, there's an ant pile. Look, there's an ant pile.
Okay.
Oh, and there's a big one right there.
Okay.
And then
That's-
Yeah.
they generally avoid them.
I feel like I could get some of those landscaping flags. and just
Yes. What a good idea. Because
I had a good idea once.
Let me take a picture.
It's,
Of your idea.
It's on the video.
Oh, somebody says turn off your porch light.
I bet it's Mike.
It's
not?
Felix.
Felix.
So yeah, that's kind of etiquette. I mean, geez.
I've been actually seeing a lot of complaints in the camping groups lately. It's the new thing to talk about is
Lights.
exterior
and
lights and
music.
stereos.
Yeah.
But especially lights because, yeah, it affects other campers. Yes, it's not very polite, intrusive, but it's not good for the... Do you remember the dark sky episode we did? And how light isn't good for the animals and the bats and the bugs and whatever is natural in that area. And so that's the whole idea behind dark sky is not only can you see the sky, but the light pollution isn't messing with the native species there.
Yeah.
So I just tagged you in Facebook on this whole post about how Texas has a brand new dark sky
Yay.
sanctuary, not sanctuary, whatever they call
Yeah,
it.
they have different
dark sky
designations.
place.
Yeah, I think I...
Because
they-
we only had two.
That's where you should choose to go for your November trip, is wherever that is. So you can get
Where
some
it
really good
is?
So
service.
I know one was Devil's River,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
This is a brand new one. I tagged you in it on Facebook, so hopefully you can find it. And
Okay.
They just made it a new dark sky place.
All right, I'll check it out. I'll let you guys know.
So yes, turn off your porch light, y'all. Be nice.
Yeah.
Turn it off. You don't need it.
Not at the end of the night, you don't.
More camping wisdom. Do. Sticky snacks and drinks are more difficult to clean and tend to smell longer. Amen. And it doesn't matter how serious you are when you say, just don't make a mess.
Right.
Don't touch anything with your sticky hands.
Right.
When
Doesn't
you're
matter.
done, wrap the trash up in this napkin, and then you just think, all right, it's just doing it this one time. It'll totally be fine. They're just going to be really careful.
Unless you have a really OCD kid, you have a
done.
very not OCD kid.
We're done. Yeah.
And
I just bought a new car, and I won't let my kids eat in it.
wow.
I know.
Whoa.
And
Whoa.
Have their eating habits changed?
Are they okay? Should we check on them?
they're
Are they losing weight?
They
no,
can't.
my kids are tiny.
They weigh nothing. They're like helium balloons. We have
Yeah,
to
it's-
put them down. Come
They're getting used to it.
down. Why, Mom? Because this beautiful
Because
car.
look at this car. You're not going to mess it up.
Yeah, and so that's one of those things is growing up, I had enough experiences with various road snacks and all that to learn that, honestly, when they get back, when the parents say time to clean out the vehicle, cracker residue, people, granted, it's not as sweet and all, but cracker residue is way easier to vacuum up than trying to get up old Farley's fruit snacks and
Raisins.
raisins. And that's another thing with kids, that sticky snacks, even if you can't see it on their teeth, it sticks to their teeth. That's where cavities easily come from. So it's kind of a twofer with my kids. No.
You said twofer.
Twofer. So for my kids, it's a two-pronged attack. I do want them to have healthy teeth, and I do want a easier to clean vehicle.
Two-prong attack.
2 prongs. One prong here,
He
one
is
prong there.
hoping for a toothpaste commercial somewhere in here.
Crest, are you listening? Ridiculous. All right. Y'all got anything else?
Well, definitely walk around and inspect all of your connections and doors and windows every time before you put your vehicle back into drive. If you pull over for gas, do a walk around. If you pull over for a snack, do a walk around.
I always forget the step, so the walk around is helpful because then that's the one thing I forgot.
I mean, this is kind of started off as wisdom that we know but we don't always follow. I am less likely to follow this on a 2-hour trip. But on the Colorado trip, every time we stopped, I was checking every connection.
Why?
Because
I mean, I understand it's a longer trip, but there's just as much chance of you forgetting something or not doing something on a 2-hour trip than there is on a long trip.
I know, and I agree, but I'm more likely, I'm less stressed, I'm less anxious on a 2-hour trip because I have family 2 hours every direction I go. It's not that big a deal. It doesn't feel like internally. So I agree. It needs to be done every stop, every fill up. I'm more likely to do it on the longer trips.
Well, where are you guys camping this week? Did you guys take a trip somewhere? Anybody going anywhere? Is everybody staying home? Letting all the kids get back to school?
Yeah, where is everybody?
Now's the perfect time to go somewhere, even on a spur of the moment, because with kids starting school, everything is more available.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, take your kids out of school.
No.
Yes. Camping is like school. I've already researched how many days my kids can be absent from school before I get in trouble. Yes, I have. He's in 1st grade. Camping is way more educational. He's fine. My kid's smart. He'll be fine. Susan! I miss you, Susan. On our way to Mount Rushmore, Yellowstone, and the Grand Tetons. By our way, do you mean you and Miss Bella? Or are you going with Tina and Therese? We drug our power cable from the campsite to the gas station because we didn't cross-check each other on that one time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my gosh.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
I mean, like, I hear that
I mean, that's kind of a Robin Williams movie thing.
a pretty common.
And yet it happens pretty common.
Yeah.
Which is why the Robin Williams movie is so hilarious because so many people can attach to
This is
all
so
the-
relatable.
It's like everyone's cringing because they've been there.
All the above, Susan. Okay, so you're going with Tina, Therese, and Bella. That sounds like a epic trip. But you're going to be back for the rally, correct?
I think they're all back for the
You got
rally.
6 weeks.
Correct?
You got 6 weeks to get back.
You better.
You just have to check all of your connections every single stop on the way.
Yes.
Yes. Susan, camping wisdom. I know you have some.
Oh, goodness.
Don't text and drive. That's a good one. Just don't.
Don't even read it.
You know, I drove all the way back from the last tiny trailer rally with my step out.
Did you take anyone out at the shins?
I
I don't know.
You see,
I feel like
Intact.
leaving. I feel like leaving your step out is. I mean,
One of the lesser
don't
things.
do it. But
It's
the
not the
worst
worst.
thing that's gonna happen is you're gonna.
I think you're more likely
Lose
to
a
do
step.
damage to your step than
Yeah.
most other things because it doesn't stick out that much further, but it's just far enough to maybe catch a high curb.
What's up, Rex?
Hey,
I miss you too.
Rex, where you been, man?
He's been building a house.
I saw pictures of the deck that he's been
I
adding on.
know. It looks great.
Always industrious.
Yes.
So
And hopefully still coming to the rally.
And Rex, I know that you've had a few things that you forgot to check, forgot to do that caused issues. What's the worst one you can think
You
of?
got some camping wisdom for us, Rex?
We need some Rex wisdom. Rex, wisdom time. School us.
The scenic route may be longer, but it's better. Well, that's just fact. Fact.
It's
It's better.
Yeah.
It's better.
And if you can go around a highly populated area, and it takes a little bit longer, either your schedule, your plan is so tight that you can't get away from the fastest route, or you should take the longer route.
It's just so much less stressful when there's no cars.
Don't plan that way. Don't do that to yourself. That's not what this lifestyle is for. Unplug before pulling out.
So you've done that too? Like at a gas station?
Have
you ever done that at a gas station?
I haven't.
Have you?
No.
Me neither.
Okay, but what about unplug also from your sewer connections before pulling out?
Ew. I mean, like, how do you forget that? That's like...
Well, those of us with kids have learned of this thing called distraction.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I never forget anything. Toothbrush.
All right.
Surely we can concentrate long enough to get all the way around our trailer before we leave. We should make a point of that.
Just one circle. That's all we're asking.
Yeah, just one
circle.
trip around.
But you have a 6-year-old. I have a 6-year-old. Yeah, don't leave without a jack and a lug wrench. Yes, see that's.
I do that every time I go camping. I leave without a jack.
But
and a
you
lug wrench.
knowingly do that. That's not forgetting.
Do you know about at least once a year, maybe twice a year, people come in here and get so upset with us because there was no jack and lug wrench included in their trailer.
And they needed it.
There's never that in a trailer.
That's not a
never.
thing.
So you have to figure it out for yourself. And, there's all kinds of different ways to change tires, but yeah, that's crazy. That's never in there.
Replace several sewer caps that dangled for a few miles. Mm-hmm. At least that's minor. And plastic and not a big deal.
Yeah, annoying.
Hey, well, that's one way to get all of the drips out, right?
You're a girl, someone will help you, Rex.
Oh, Rex.
I mean, it's true, but I also am not offended at all. You're right. Someone will help me, but also I need to carry those things because. Yep. It would be a lot easier for someone to help me if I had the right tools.
So you got tools for
I
this?
have to provide a baseline of help here. I can't just be like,
maybe,
I don't know.
I feel like I get where people who are new to RVing and trailers might have that notion. I get where that comes from. Mm-hmm. If you're just coming in, maybe that just needs to be part of the conversation.
The stuff that doesn't come with your trailer that you need to get. Well, that is one of the things that is hard. We've thought about bringing some things in here at the store, but trailers are so different heights.
Yeah, you'd have to carry a bunch of different ones.
It's hard to know. We do have torque wrenches. That's a start. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So.
All right.
All right.
Well, I know that we are busy today, so are there any parting thoughts from either of you?
Have a great weekend.
Go
outside, even if you're not camping.
Yes.
Just go outside and stand in the sun and soak up all the light rays.
Or go find a beehive to relocate.
Maybe. I'll definitely be updating that whole story on my Facebook.
Deadbolt the door lock.
Deadbolt the door lock. Ours has opened several times using only the handle lock. Also shut and lock the windows.
Yep.
Cool. I don't do any of that.
Do it now.
Okay. Thanks, Rex. You'd think I'd be a better camper working at an RV dealership, huh?
You are who you are.
That's right.
We're all learning and growing.
You just
it's okay.
It's like preschool in here.
Okay. We all learn different ways, different learning styles.
Oh, Samantha joined us. Hey, Samantha.
About time.
Yeah. Now that we're signing off, what are you doing?
We've
working?
already said all the bad things about you.
Are you doing working over there?
You missed it.
You missed it.
Well, you guys out there, plan something fun. I'm going to plan something for November.
Yeah.
That's my next opportunity, I think.
What are you doing this weekend? Can I bring some bees to your house?
Sure. Okay. That would be fun.
There's a hornet's nest in one of the beehives sitting in your backyard. Can you go ahead and get that out?
No.
Oh. Damn it. What are you doing this weekend?
It'll be there waiting for you.
Angela, there you are. My goodness, now everybody hops on.
Hi, y'all.
Hi and bye. Angela, do you have any parting camping wisdom before you leave? Just a rule, just some wisdom that you have learned along the way when you're camping or traveling. Hurry. Hurry, Angela.
Come on. Typing.
Work.
I think she meant she's late because she's working.
All right. Yes, TTTR in October.
We'll
That's
see you there,
right.
Mike. His first Texas Tiny Trailer Rally.
Be there or be square, but it's
We
to be
must
square.
impress
That's
Mike.
right. Oh.
Okay, everybody. We gotta
All
go.
right, guys.
Things to do.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you
Bye.
next time. Oh, and
Don't sweat the small stuff.
don't sweat the small stuff.
Thanks, Angela.